Mol from Netherlands in Kops corner is first. Best lap is a 2:44.098. Hein van Niekerk in club corner is third. Mol in Stowe corner is P1. Brian Patterson in Village corner is P4 with 100 kilos. Hein van Niekerk in Woodcote corner is second. Best lap is a 3:06.179. Brian Patterson is P4 with 100 kilos. Mol in Luffield corner is P1. Brian Patterson in Chapel corner is fourth. Mol is P1. Quinton Castleman in Beckett's corner is third. Best lap is a 3:27.423. Brian Patterson in the loop is P5. Best lap is a 3:54.325. 60 minutes remaining in the session. Mol in the loop is P1. Quinton Castleman in Village Corner is P4. Brian Patterson in Magot's Corner is P5 with 100 kilos. Announcer bot is active. Richard Ogden in Farm Curve is P5. Quinton Castleman from South Africa in Village Corner is first. Best lap is a 2:47.292. Richard Ogden in Brooklands Corner is sixth. Quinton Castleman in Woodcote Corner is P1. Mark Scott from Norway is P2. 55 minutes remaining in the session. Streaming from Italy is Announcer bot is active. Brian Patterson in Copse Corner is P2 with 100 kilos. Rene Robertson in Farm Curve is P1 with 80 kilos. Best lap is a 2:46.899. David Kelsall in Farm Curve is P6 with 40 kilos. Rene Robertson in Luffield Corner is P1. Neil Hancock in Brooklands Corner is 4th. Best lap is a 3:39.542. Richard Ogden in Luffield Corner is 4th. Best lap is a 2:49.168. Rene Robertson in Stowe Corner is 2nd. Richard Ogden in Chapel Corner is P4. David Forsyth from Ireland in Abbey is P3 with 10 kilos. Best lap is a 2:48.543. Quinton Castleman from South Africa in Hanger Straight is 5th. Best lap is a 2:48.617. Neil Hancock in Aintree Corner is 1st. Best lap is a 2:45.377. 45 minutes remaining in the session. Martijn Mol from Netherlands in Brooklands Corner is 9th on hards. David Forsyth in Beckett's corner is P5. Quinton Castleman in Luffield corner is P6. Mardage Mole in Hanger Straight is 9th. Neil Hancock in Club corner is 1st. Brian Patterson in Beckett's corner is 4th with 100 kilos. Best lap is a 2:46.779. Richard Ogden in Wellington Straight is 6th. Best lap is a 2:47.495. Neil Hancock in Woodcote corner is P4. Richard Ogden in Copse corner is P7 on hards. David Forsyth in Stowe corner is P8. Rene Robertson in National Pit Straight is 6th. Best lap is a 2:46.733. Neil Hancock in Abbey is P4 on hards. "40 minutes remaining in the session." David Forsyth in Wellington Straight is 8th with 10 kilos. Richard Ogden is P7. Neil Hancock in National Pit Straight is P5. Hein van Niekerk from South Africa in the loop is P2. Best lap is a 2:44.996. Neil Hancock in Chapel Corner is P5. David Forsyth in Club Corner is 8th. Brian Patterson in National Pit Straight is 6th. Best lap is a 2:46.615. Martijn Mol from Netherlands in Beckett's Corner is 1st. Best lap is a 2:43.094. Neil Hancock in Farm Curve is 5th. Brian Patterson in Club Corner is P6. Neil Hancock in Luffield Corner is 5th. Brian Patterson in Aintree Corner is P6. Neil Hancock in Beckett's Corner is P5 on hards. 35 minutes remaining in the session. David Kelsall in Club Corner is 9th. Best lap is a 2:49.747. Neil Hancock in club corner is P5. David Kelsall in Aintree corner is P9. Richard Ogden in Magot's corner is P7. Rene Robertson in Stowe corner is P4. Best lap is a 2:45.219. Quinton Castleman from South Africa in Brooklands corner is P3. Best lap is a 2:45.065. Richard Ogden is 7th. Best lap is a 2:47.091. Rene Robertson in Wellington Straight is P4 with 80 kilos. Richard Ogden in Luffield corner is 7th. Rene Robertson in Magot's corner is P4. Martijn Mol in club corner is P1. Best lap is a 2:42.639. David Forsyth in club corner is P9. 30 minutes remaining in the session. David Kelsall in Hanger Straight is P8 with 40 kilos. Best lap is a 2:47.094. Brian Patterson in Woodcote corner is P6. Richard Ogden in Aintree corner is P8. Hein van Niekerk is P2. Best lap is a 2:44.519. Brian Patterson in Abbey is P6. Quinton Castleman in International Pit Straight is third. David Kelsall in Beckett's corner is P7. Best lap is a 2:46.878. Hein van Niekerk in Beckett's corner is second. Richard Ogden in Village corner is ninth. Brian Patterson is P6. Mark Scott from Norway in Abbey is P10 on hards. Best lap is a 2:47.246. Ian Weeks from United Kingdom in Chapel corner is 11th on hards. Best lap is a 4:56.326. 25 minutes remaining in the session. Richard Ogden in Luffield corner is P9. David Forsyth in Aintree Corner is 8th. Best lap is a 2:46.791. Hein van Niekerk in Wellington Straight is P2. Quinton Castleman in Wellington Straight is P3. Brian Patterson in Stowe Corner is 6th. Ian Weeks in Magot's Corner is 8th. Best lap is a 2:46.735. Richard Ogden in Wellington Straight is 10th. Hein van Niekerk in International Pit Straight is P2. Martijn Mol in Abbey is P1. Best lap is a 2:42.524. Richard Ogden in Beckett's Corner is 10th. Neil Hancock in International Pit Straight is 5th. Mark Scott in Vale is 11th. "20 minutes remaining in the session. Brian Patterson is 7th. Mark Scott in the loop is 11th. David Kelsall in Beckett's corner is 9th. Best lap is a 2:46.679. Martijn Mol in Stowe corner is 1st. David Kelsall in club corner is P9. David Forsyth from Ireland in Copse corner is 7th. Best lap is a 2:46.541. Martijn Mol is 1st. David Forsyth in Stowe corner is 7th. Mark Scott in the loop is P11. David Forsyth in village corner is P7. David Kelsall in Stowe corner is 9th. Quinton Castleman in Wellington Straight is 3rd. "15 minutes remaining in the session." Neil Hancock in Copse corner is P5. Mark Scott in club corner is P11. Neil Hancock in Stowe Corner is 5th. Mark Scott in Aintree Corner is P11. Rene Robertson in Farm Curve is 4th. Mark Scott in Copse Corner is 11th. David Kelsall in Abbey is 8th. Best lap is a 2:46.506. Richard Ogden is P10. Rene Robertson is P4. Richard Ogden in Copse Corner is P10. Rene Robertson in Club Corner is 4th. Richard Ogden in Stowe Corner is P10. Ten minutes remaining in the session. David Kelsall in Abbey is 8th with 40 kilos. Mark Scott in Village Corner is 11th on hards. John Astrop from New Zealand in Brooklands Corner is 12th with 20 kilos. Rene Robertson in Hanger Straight is P4. Mark Scott is 11th. David Kelsall in Stowe Corner is P9. Mark Scott in Vale is 11th. David Kelsall in Abbey is P9. David Forsyth from Ireland is 8th. Best lap is a 2:46.072. John Astrop in Brooklands Corner is 12th. David Forsyth in Luffield Corner is P8. Richard Ogden is 7th. Best lap is a 2:46.024. Five minutes remaining in the session. Mark Scott is P11. John Astrop in Club Corner is P12. Brian Patterson is 11th. Best lap is a 2:46.550. David Kelsall in Wellington Straight is P5. Best lap is a 2:45.259. Mark Scott in Village Corner is P12. David Kelsall is P5. John Astrop in Chapel Corner is P8. Best lap is a 2:45.822. Brian Patterson in Stowe Corner is 11th. Richard Ogden in Club Corner is P9 on hards. Mark Scott from Norway in Vale is 12th. Richard Ogden in Aintree Corner is P9. David Forsyth in Luffield Corner is P10. Richard Ogden in Copse Corner is P9. David Forsyth in Beckett's Corner is 10th. Richard Ogden in Chapel Corner is P9. Streaming from Italy is P26. The qualification session is at Circuit of Silverstone in Silverstone, Great Britain. Martijn Mol from Netherlands in Abbey is first. Brian Patterson in Farm Curve is third with 100 kilos. Ian Weeks from United Kingdom in Wellington Straight is second. Rene Robertson in Aintree Corner is P5 with 80 kilos. David Forsyth from Ireland is P8 with 10 kilos. Mark Scott from Norway in Farm Curve is P12. Ian Weeks in Vale is second. Rene Robertson in Stowe Corner is P5. Neil Hancock in Club Corner is 6th. Mark Scott in Beckett's corner is 12th. Rene Robertson in Wellington Straight is 5th. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Mark Scott in Club corner is P11. David Forsyth in Luffield corner is 7th. Best lap is a 4:44.587. 1:21.158 off pole. Richard Ogden in Magot's corner is P12. Brian Patterson in International Pit Straight is 3rd. Best lap is a 2:46.478. 5.236 off pole. David Kelsall in Copse corner is 10th with 40 kilos. Mark Scott in Beckett's corner is P11. Hein van Niekerk from South Africa in Club corner is P10. Hein van Niekerk improved is 2nd with a 2:43.367. 2.125 off pole. David Kelsall in Club corner is P11. David Kelsall improved is P8 with a 2:45.637. 4.395 off pole. Mark Scott in Abbey is 11th. Best lap is a 2:46.574. 5.332 off pole. 5 minutes remaining in the session. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Streaming from Italy is P13. The race session is at Circuit of Silverstone in Silverstone, Great Britain. ReneRmotorsport from Netherlands is P1. Hein van Niekerk from South Africa is second. Quinten Kasselman from South Africa is third. Neil Hancock is P4. Ian Weeks from United Kingdom is fifth. Rene Robertson is P6 with 80 kilos. John Astrop from New Zealand is P7 with 20 kilos. David Kelsall is 8th with 40 kilos. David Forsyth from Ireland is P9 with 10 kilos. Brian Patterson is 10th with 100 kilos. Mark Scott from Norway is P11. Richard Ogden is P12. ReneRmotorsport is first. "30 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. John Astrop is P3. John Astrop lost P5 to Rene Robertson. David Forsyth in Abbey is P9. David Forsyth lost 9th to Brian Patterson. Ian Weeks in the loop is 12th. Rene Robertson in Wellington Straight is 4th. Rene Robertson passed Neil Hancock for P3. Neil Hancock in Luffield Corner is 4th. John Astrop in Woodcote Corner is P6. Quinten Kasselman in Copse Corner is P7. Mark Scott in Magot's corner is 8th. Ian Weeks in Chapel corner on lap 1 is 11th, 0.4 behind David Forsyth. David Forsyth in Hanger Straight on lap 1 is 11th, battling Ian Weeks. Rene Robertson in Club corner is 4th, 0.5 behind Neil Hancock. John Astrop in Club corner is P6, 0.3 ahead of Quinton Castleman. Quinton Castleman in Farm Curve on lap 2 is 7th, 0.4 behind John Astrop. Mark Scott is P9, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. Ian Weeks in Aintree corner is P10, 0.4 behind Mark Scott. Richard Ogden in Brooklands corner on lap 2 is 12th, 0.5 behind David Forsyth. Neil Hancock in Woodcote corner is 4th, 0.2 behind Rene Robertson. John Astrop in Copse corner is 6th, 0.3 behind David Kelsall. Mark Scott in Magot's corner is 9th, 0.3 behind Brian Patterson. Ian Weeks in Chapel corner is P10, 0.3 behind Mark Scott. 25 minutes remaining in the session. Richard Ogden in Hanger Straight is P12, 0.3 behind David Forsyth. Neil Hancock in Club corner is 4th, 0.4 behind Rene Robertson. David Kelsall in Club corner is P6, 0.3 ahead of Quinton Castleman. Ian Weeks in Abbey is P9, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. Richard Ogden in Village corner is P12. Best lap is a 2:47.732. 5.243 off the fastest lap. Richard Ogden passed David Forsyth for P11. David Forsyth in Aintree corner is 12th. Best lap is a 2:48.025. 5.536 off the fastest lap. David Kelsall in Brooklands corner is P6, 0.4 behind John Astrop. David Kelsall passed John Astrup for P5. John Astrup in Woodcote Corner is 7th, 0.5 behind Quinton Castleman. John Astrup was 2.0 faster last lap. Mark Scott in Copse Corner is 10th, 0.3 behind Ian Weeks. Mark Scott passed Ian Weeks for 9th. Ian Weeks in Maggots Corner is 10th, 0.4 behind Mark Scott. Neil Hancock in Hanger Straight is P4, 0.2 behind Rene Robertson. John Astrup is P8, 0.3 ahead of Mark Scott. John Astrup was 2.5 faster last lap. Mark Scott in Vale on lap 3 is P9, 0.4 behind John Astrup. John Astrup was 2.5 faster last lap. Ian Weeks in Club Corner is 10th, 0.4 behind Mark Scott. Mark Scott in Abbey on lap 4 is P10, 0.3 behind Ian Weeks. John Astrup is 8th. Best lap is a 2:45.304. 2.815 off the fastest lap. Brian Patterson in Wellington Straight is 8th battling John Astrup. Richard Ogden in Luffield Corner is 11th, 0.5 behind Ian Weeks. Quinton Castleman in Copse Corner is P6, 0.5 behind David Kelsall. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Quinton Castleman passed David Kelsall for P5. David Kelsall in Beckett's Corner is 6th with 40 kilos, 0.5 behind Quinton Castleman. Ian Weeks from United Kingdom in Hanger Straight is P10, 0.8 behind Mark Scott. Mark Scott was 0.9 faster last lap. David Kelsall in Club Corner is P6 with 40 kilos, 0.9 behind Quinton Castleman. Ian Weeks in Abbey is P10, 0.9 behind Mark Scott. Mark Scott was 1.1 faster last lap. David Kelsall in Aintree corner is P6, 0.7 behind Quinton Castleman. Rene Robertson in Luffield corner is P4, 0.7 behind Neil Hancock. Neil Hancock was 0.8 faster last lap. Mark Scott in Copse corner is 9th. Best lap is a 2:46.571. 4.082 off the fastest lap. Rene Robertson in Chapel corner is 4th. Best lap is a 2:45.198. 2.709 off the fastest lap. Mark Scott from Norway in Stowe corner is 9th, 0.7 behind Brian Patterson. Rene Robertson in International Pit Straight is 4th, 1.1 behind Neil Hancock. Mark Scott on lap 6 is P9, 0.5 behind Brian Patterson. Rene Robertson in Brooklands corner is P4, 0.7 behind Neil Hancock. "15 minutes remaining in the session. Mark Scott is 9th, 0.6 behind Brian Patterson. Mark Scott was 0.9 faster last lap. Rene Robertson in Magot's corner is P4, 0.9 behind Neil Hancock. Mark Scott in Chapel corner is 9th, 0.6 behind Brian Patterson. Ian Weeks in Stowe corner is 11th, 0.6 behind Richard Ogden. Neil Hancock in farm curve is second. Ian Weeks is P6. Hein van Niekerk exiting pits. Hein van Niekerk in farm curve on lap 7 is 5th, 4.7 behind Richard Ogden. Rene Robertson exiting pits. Quinton Castleman exiting pits. David Kelsall exiting pits. David Forsyth is P12. Brian Patterson exiting pits. Mark Scott exiting pits. David Forsyth exiting pits. Ian Weeks exiting pits. David Forsyth passed Ian Weeks for 11th. Mark Scott from Norway in the loop is P10, 0.8 behind Brian Patterson. Ian Weeks in Wellington Straight is P12, 0.7 behind David Forsyth. David Forsyth was 6.2 faster last lap. Mark Scott in Woodcote Corner is P10. Best lap is a 2:45.126. 2.637 off the fastest lap. Ian Weeks from United Kingdom in Copse Corner is P12, 0.7 behind David Forsyth. Mark Scott in Beckett's Corner is P10, 0.5 behind Brian Patterson. Ian Weeks in Hanger Straight is 12th, 0.7 behind David Forsyth. "10 minutes remaining in the session. Mark Scott is P10. Neil Hancock exiting pits. Mark Scott is now P8. Neil Hancock in Village Corner is 4th, 0.1 behind Rene Robertson. Richard Ogden exiting pits. Ian Weeks in Farm Curve is 11th, 0.2 behind David Forsyth. Neil Hancock in Brooklands Corner is P4, 0.5 behind Rene Robertson. Ian Weeks in Wellington Straight is P11, 0.2 behind David Forsyth. Mark Scott in Woodcote Corner is P8, 0.5 behind Brian Patterson. Ian Weeks in Woodcote Corner is P11, 0.3 behind David Forsyth. Mark Scott in Beckett's corner is 8th, 0.5 behind Brian Patterson. Ian Weeks in Beckett's corner is P11, 0.3 behind David Forsyth. David Forsyth was 0.5 faster last lap. Mark Scott in Stowe corner is 8th, 0.3 behind Brian Patterson. Mark Scott was 24.7 faster last lap. Martijn Mol exiting pits. David Forsyth in Stowe corner on lap 8 is P11, 0.3 behind Ian Weeks. Neil Hancock in Abbey is 4th, 0.2 behind Rene Robertson. Mark Scott is 8th, 0.9 behind Brian Patterson. Neil Hancock in Brooklands corner is 4th, 0.3 behind Rene Robertson. Rene Robertson in Woodcote corner is P4 battling Neil Hancock. Neil Hancock in Copse corner is P4 battling Rene Robertson. Neil Hancock passed Rene Robertson for 3rd. Mark Scott from Norway is P8, 0.1 behind Brian Patterson. Neil Hancock is P4, 0.3 behind Rene Robertson. Rene Robertson in Stowe corner is P4, 0.1 behind Neil Hancock. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Mark Scott in Stowe corner on lap 9 is P8, 0.2 behind Brian Patterson. Rene Robertson in Club corner is 8th battling Mark Scott. Neil Hancock entering the pits is 11th. Rene Robertson entering the pits is P10. David Kelsall is P4. Mark Scott in the loop is P6, 1.2 behind Brian Patterson. Ian Weeks in Wellington Straight is 8th, 1.6 behind Richard Ogden. Mark Scott from Norway in National Pit Straight is P6, 0.6 behind Brian Patterson. Ian Weeks in Copse Corner is 8th, 2.0 behind Richard Ogden. Mark Scott is P6, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. Ian Weeks is P8, 1.8 behind Richard Ogden. Mark Scott in International Pit Straight is 6th, 0.8 behind Brian Patterson. Ian Weeks in Farm Curve is 8th, 2.4 behind Richard Ogden. Mark Scott in Brooklands Corner is 6th, 0.7 behind Brian Patterson. Rene Robertson exiting pits. David Forsyth in Luffield Corner is P9, 2.5 behind Ian Weeks. Mark Scott is P6, 0.2 behind Brian Patterson. David Forsyth in Maggots Corner on lap 11 is P9, 2.4 behind Ian Weeks. David Forsyth was 1.1 faster last lap. Mark Scott in Stowe Corner is P6, 0.5 behind Brian Patterson. Rene Robertson is P10. Ian Weeks in Vale is 8th, 2.9 behind Richard Ogden. Mark Scott in Village Corner is P6, 0.6 behind Brian Patterson. Ian Weeks from United Kingdom is P8, 2.7 behind Richard Ogden. Mark Scott in Luffield corner is P6, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. Ian Weeks in Woodcote corner is 8th, 3.0 behind Richard Ogden. The leader has just finished the race. Martijn Mol finished P1. Hein van Niekerk finished P2. Quinten Kasselman finished 3rd. David Kelsall finished 4th. Brian Patterson finished 5th. Mark Scott finished 6th. Richard Ogden finished P7. Ian Weeks finished 8th. David Forsyth finished P9. Streaming from Italy is P13. The race session is at Circuit of Silverstone in Silverstone, Great Britain. ReneRmotorsport from Netherlands is first. Hein van Niekerk from South Africa is P2. Quinten Kasselman from South Africa is third. Neil Hancock is P4. Ian Weeks from United Kingdom is P5. Rene Robertson is P6 with 80 kilos. John Astrop from New Zealand is P7 with 20 kilos. David Kelsall is P8 with 40 kilos. David Forsyth from Ireland is P9 with 10 kilos. Brian Patterson is P10 with 100 kilos. Mark Scott from Norway is P11. Richard Ogden is 12. ReneRmotorsport is first. "30 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. John Astrop is third. John Astrop is now P7. John Astrop is now P6. Ian Weeks is 7th. Brian Patterson is P9. David Forsyth in Aintree Corner is 11th. Hein van Niekerk in Brooklands Corner is 2nd. John Astrop is P4. Mark Scott is P7. Mark Scott is now 8th. Richard Ogden is P10. David Forsyth in Beckett's Corner is P11 with 10 kilos, 0.4 behind Richard Ogden. John Astrop in Hanger Straight is 4th with 20 kilos, 0.2 behind Rene Robertson. Quinten Kasselman from South Africa in Vale is 5th, 0.4 behind John Astrop. Ian Weeks in Club Corner is 7th, 0.2 behind Neil Hancock. Mark Scott is P9, 0.1 behind Brian Patterson. David Forsyth in Village Corner on lap 2 is P10, 0.5 behind Mark Scott. Quinton Castleman in Aintree Corner is 4th, 0.4 behind Rene Robertson. Mark Scott is P9, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. David Forsyth in Luffield Corner is P10, 0.4 behind Mark Scott. Richard Ogden in National Pit Straight is P11, 0.4 behind David Forsyth. John Astrop in Maggots Corner is 5th, 0.1 behind Quinton Castleman. Neil Hancock in Chapel Corner is 5th, 0.2 behind John Astrop. "25 minutes remaining in the session. John Astrop in Hanger Straight is 5th battling Neil Hancock. John Astrop lost P5 to Ian Weeks. John Astrop passed Ian Weeks for P5. Ian Weeks in Vale is P5 battling John Astrop. Ian Weeks passed John Astrop for P4. John Astrop in Club Corner is 5th, 0.1 behind Ian Weeks. John Astrop passed Ian Weeks for P4. Ian Weeks in Farm Curve is 5th, 0.2 ahead of Neil Hancock. Quinton Castleman in the Loop is 6th, 0.1 behind Ian Weeks. Quinton Castleman is now P5. Ian Weeks on lap 3 is 7th, 0.3 behind Neil Hancock. Richard Ogden in Brooklands Corner is P11. Best lap is a 2:47.685. 5.648 off the fastest lap. Quinton Castleman in Woodcote Corner is 5th, 0.5 behind John Astrop. John Astrop was 0.9 faster last lap. Mark Scott in Copse Corner is 9th, 0.3 behind Brian Patterson. Richard Ogden in Maggots Corner is P11, 0.5 behind David Forsyth. John Astrop in Chapel Corner is 5th with 20 kilos, 0.2 behind Quinton Castleman. Quinton Castleman in Stowe Corner is 5th, 0.1 behind John Astrop. Quinton Castleman passed John Astrop for 4th. John Astrop from New Zealand in Club Corner is 5th, 0.3 ahead of Neil Hancock. Neil Hancock is 6th, 0.3 behind John Astrop. Ian Weeks in Farm Curve is 6th, 0.1 ahead of John Astrop. Ian Weeks is now P5. David Forsyth in Village Corner is 8th, 0.3 ahead of Mark Scott. Mark Scott in Aintree Corner is 9th, 0.4 behind David Forsyth. John Astrop entering the pits is P1. Brian Patterson in Brooklands Corner is P9, 0.3 behind David Forsyth. Mark Scott in Luffield Corner is 10th, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. Richard Ogden in National Pit Straight is P11, 0.2 behind Mark Scott. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Richard Ogden is now P12. David Kelsall in Maggots Corner is 10th, 0.2 behind Brian Patterson. Mark Scott in Chapel Corner is 11th, 0.3 ahead of Richard Ogden. Richard Ogden in Hanger Straight is 12th, 0.2 behind Mark Scott. David Kelsall is P10, 0.1 ahead of Mark Scott. Richard Ogden in Club Corner is P12, 0.3 behind Mark Scott. Richard Ogden is now P11. Brian Patterson in Abbey is 9th, 0.1 behind David Kelsall. Mark Scott in Village Corner is P10, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. Richard Ogden in Aintree Corner is P11, 0.3 behind Mark Scott. Richard Ogden passed Mark Scott for 10th. Mark Scott in Brooklands Corner is 11th, 0.5 behind Richard Ogden. David Kelsall is 9th, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. Brian Patterson in Cops Corner is P9, 0.2 behind David Kelsall. Mark Scott in Magot's corner is 11th, 0.3 behind Richard Ogden. Brian Patterson in Chapel corner is 9th, 0.1 behind David Calsall. Quinton Castleman in Vale is 6th, 1.4 behind Ian Weeks. Ian Weeks was 3.5 faster last lap. Brian Patterson is 9th, 1.1 behind David Calsall. Quinton Castleman from South Africa in the loop is 6th, 1.1 behind Ian Weeks. Brian Patterson in Wellington Straight is 9th, 1.9 behind David Calsall. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Quinton Castleman from South Africa in National Pit Straight is 6th, 0.5 behind Ian Weeks. Richard Ogden is 10th, 1.5 behind Brian Patterson. Quinton Castleman in Hanger Straight is 6th, 0.1 behind Ian Weeks. Richard Ogden in Stowe Corner is P10. Mark Scott in Club Corner is 11th, 3.4 behind Richard Ogden. Mark Scott is now P7. Richard Ogden on lap 7 is P6, 1.4 behind Brian Patterson. Rene Robertson exiting pits. Quinton Castleman exiting pits. David Forsyth exiting pits. David Calsall exiting pits. David Forsyth in Village Corner is P10, 1.4 behind Quinton Castleman. Richard Ogden in Luffield corner is 6th, 1.5 behind Brian Patterson. David Forsyth in Woodcote corner is 10th, 1.2 behind Quinton Castleman. David Forsyth was 1.8 faster last lap. Richard Ogden in Beckett's corner is 6th, 0.5 behind Brian Patterson. Brian Patterson in Hanger Straight is 6th battling Richard Ogden. Ian Weeks entering the pits is 4th. Brian Patterson passed Richard Ogden for P5. Richard Ogden is 6th. Best lap is a 2:46.335. 4.298 off the fastest lap. Martage Mole exiting pits. David Forsyth in Club corner is 10th, 1.2 behind Quinton Castleman. Hein van Niekerk exiting pits. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Neil Hancock exiting pits. David Forsyth is now P8. Mark Scott is P11. Ian Weeks exiting pits. Richard Ogden exiting pits. Mark Scott exiting pits. Richard Ogden in Village corner is 10th, 1.8 behind Ian Weeks. David Forsyth is P7. Best lap is a 2:44.016. 1.979 off the fastest lap. Mark Scott is 11th, 1.4 behind Richard Ogden. David Forsyth in Beckett's corner on lap 8 is P7, 1.2 behind Quinton Castleman. David Forsyth was 0.5 faster last lap. Mark Scott in Chapel corner on lap 8 is 11th, 1.1 behind Richard Ogden. David Forsyth in Club corner is 7th, 1.8 behind Quinton Castleman. Mark Scott in international pit straight is P11, 0.8 behind Richard Ogden. David Forsyth in Wellington Straight is 7th. Mark Scott from Norway in Wellington Straight is 11th, 0.4 behind Richard Ogden. David Forsyth in Copse Corner is 7th, 1.5 behind Quinton Castleman. Mark Scott is P11, 1.0 behind Richard Ogden. Five minutes remaining in the session. David Forsyth from Ireland in Stowe Corner is 7th, 1.1 behind Quinton Castleman. Mark Scott from Norway is P11, 1.1 behind Richard Ogden. Rene Robertson is P4, 1.4 ahead of Neil Hancock. Neil Hancock was 0.6 faster last lap. Neil Hancock in Brooklands Corner is P5, 0.9 behind Rene Robertson. Rene Robertson in Woodcote Corner is P4, 0.2 behind Brian Patterson. Rene Robertson was 3.8 faster last lap. Neil Hancock in Copse Corner is P5, 0.3 behind Rene Robertson. Brian Patterson in Magot's Corner is 4th. Best lap is a 2:46.473. 6.064 off the fastest lap. Neil Hancock in Chapel Corner is 5th, battling Brian Patterson. Neil Hancock passed Brian Patterson for P4. Brian Patterson is P5, 0.2 behind Neil Hancock. Neil Hancock in Club Corner is P4, 0.6 behind Rene Robertson. David Forsyth in international pit straight on lap 11 is P7, 0.5 behind Quinton Castleman. Neil Hancock is P4, 0.3 behind Rene Robertson. Neil Hancock was 0.9 faster last lap. David Forsyth in Wellington Straight is P7, 0.8 behind Quinton Castleman. David Forsyth was 1.7 faster last lap. Neil Hancock in Woodcote Corner is P4, 0.1 behind Rene Robertson. David Forsyth is 7th, 0.7 behind Quinton Castleman. Neil Hancock in Beckett's Corner is 4th, 0.2 behind Rene Robertson. Rene Robertson is P4 battling Neil Hancock. Rene Robertson passed Neil Hancock for P3. Neil Hancock in Vale is 4th. Best lap is a 2:42.565. 2.156 off the fastest lap. Rene Robertson in Club Corner is P4, 0.1 behind Neil Hancock. Neil Hancock in Farm Curve is P4. Rene Robertson in the Loop is P4. Best lap is a 2:43.432. 3.023 off the fastest lap. Mark Scott in Village Corner is P11, 1.5 behind Richard Ogden. Rene Robertson in Woodcote Corner is 4th, 1.1 behind Neil Hancock. Neil Hancock was 0.7 faster last lap. Quinton Castleman on lap 12 is P6, 1.7 behind Brian Patterson. The leader has just finished the race. Martijn Mol finished first. Hein van Niekerk finished second. Neil Hancock finished P3. Rene Robertson finished 4th. Quinton Castleman passed Brian Patterson for P5. Quinton Castleman finished 5th. Brian Patterson finished 6th. David Forsyth finished 7th. David Kelsall finished P8. Ian Weeks finished P9. Richard Ogden finished P10. Mark Scott finished 11th. John Astrop is 12th. Streaming from Italy is P13. The race session is at Circuit of Silverstone in Silverstone, Great Britain. David Forsyth from Ireland is third with 10 kilos. Brian Patterson is fourth with 100 kilos. Quinton Castleman from South Africa is P5. Rene Robertson is P6 with 80 kilos. Neil Hancock is 7th. Hein van Niekerk from South Africa is P8. Martijn Mol from Netherlands is 9th. John Astrop from New Zealand is 10th with 20 kilos. Ian Weeks from United Kingdom is first. "30 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Brian Patterson is 5th. Brian Patterson is now P8. John Astrop in Abbey is 10th. Quinton Castleman is P4. Neil Hancock is P5. Hein van Niekerk in Brooklands Corner is P6. Martijn Mol is P8. Martijn Mol passed Brian Patterson for P7. Brian Patterson is 8th. David Kelsall in Magot's Corner is P2 with 40 kilos. Quinton Castleman in Chapel Corner is 4th, 0.3 behind David Forsyth. Quinton Castleman passed David Forsyth for P3. Hein van Niekerk in Stowe Corner is P4. Martijn Mol is 5th, 0.2 ahead of Neil Hancock. Ian Weeks entering the pits is P10. Martijn Mol lost 5th to Neil Hancock. John Astrop in Club Corner is 8th, 0.3 ahead of David Forsyth. John Astrop is now 7th. David Forsyth is P8, 0.4 behind John Astrup. Brian Patterson is P9, 0.2 behind David Forsyth. Brian Patterson passed David Forsyth for 8th. David Forsyth is 9th. Best lap is a 2:56.690. 5.904 off the fastest lap. David Kelsall in Luffield Corner is P2, 0.4 behind Rene Robertson. Hein van Niekerk in Woodcote Corner is 4th, 0.2 behind Quinton Castleman. Neil Hancock in Copse Corner is 6th, 0.3 behind Martijn Mol. David Kelsall in Beckett's Corner is P2, 0.5 behind Rene Robertson. Martijn Mol is P4, 0.2 behind Quinton Castleman. 25 minutes remaining in the session. Martijn Mol passed Quinton Castleman for P3. Quinton Castleman in Stowe Corner is P4, 0.1 behind Martijn Mol. Brian Patterson in Vale is P7, 0.3 behind Neil Hancock. Quinton Castleman in International Pit Straight is P4, 0.4 behind Martijn Mol. Martijn Mol was 2.2 faster last lap. David Forsyth in Abbey is 8th. Best lap is a 2:48.204. 6.172 off the fastest lap. John Astrup is P5, 0.5 behind Quinton Castleman. Brian Patterson in Wellington Straight is P7 with 100 kilos, 0.3 behind Neil Hancock. Hein van Niekerk exiting pits. John Astrup in Luffield Corner on lap 3 is 5th, 0.5 behind Quinton Castleman. David Forsyth in National Pit Straight is 8th, 0.7 behind Brian Patterson. Brian Patterson is P8 battling David Forsyth. Brian Patterson was 1.0 faster last lap. Brian Patterson passed David Forsyth for 7th. John Astrup in Chapel Corner is P5. Best lap is a 2:43.026. 0.994 off the fastest lap. David Forsyth in Hanger Straight is P8, 0.3 behind Brian Patterson. John Astrup in club corner is P5, 0.3 behind Quinton Castleman. David Forsyth is 8th, 0.5 behind Brian Patterson. Martijn Mol from Netherlands is 3rd, 0.2 behind David Kalsal. John Astrup in Wellington Straight is P5, 0.6 behind Quinton Castleman. Martijn Mol in Luffield Corner is P3, 0.2 behind David Kalsal. John Astrup from New Zealand in National Pit Straight is 5th, 0.4 behind Quinton Castleman. Martijn Mol is 3rd, 0.3 behind David Kalsal. 20 minutes remaining in the session. David Kalsal in Chapel Corner is P3 battling Martijn Mol. Martijn Mol in Vale is 2nd, 0.4 ahead of David Kalsal. Martijn Mol is now 2nd. David Kalsal in International Pit Straight is P3, 0.9 behind Martijn Mol. Martijn Mol in the loop is P2. Best lap is a 2:41.935. Quinton Castleman exiting pits. David Kalsal in Brooklands Corner is 3rd, 1.2 behind Martijn Mol. Martijn Mol was 1.5 faster last lap. Martijn Mol in Woodcote Corner is 2nd, 0.2 behind Rene Robertson. David Kalsal is 3rd, 1.9 behind Martijn Mol. Martijn Mol from Netherlands in Beckett's Corner is 2nd, 0.4 behind Rene Robertson. David Kelsall in Stowe corner is P3, 1.8 behind Martijn Mol. Martijn Mol from Netherlands in club corner is second, 0.5 behind Rene Robertson. John Astrup in farm curve is fourth, 1.2 behind David Kelsall. John Astrup was 1.8 faster last lap. Martijn Mol in the loop on lap 6 is second, 0.5 behind Rene Robertson. David Kelsall in Brooklands corner is P3, 0.7 behind Martijn Mol. Martijn Mol was 1.1 faster last lap. Martijn Mol in Woodcote corner is P2. 15 minutes remaining in the session. John Astrup is fourth, 0.6 behind David Kelsall. Martijn Mol in Beckett's corner is P2, 0.3 behind Rene Robertson. John Astrup in Hanger Straight is fourth, 0.3 behind David Kelsall. Martijn Mol from Netherlands in Stowe corner is second, 0.2 behind Rene Robertson. Martijn Mol lost second to David Kelsall. John Astrup in International Pit Straight is fourth. Best lap is a 2:42.828. 0.893 off the fastest lap. John Astrup is now P2. Quinten Kasselman in club corner is P9, 3.3 behind Hein van Niekerk. Hein van Niekerk was 33.2 faster last lap. Rene Robertson exiting pits. David Kelsall exiting pits. Quinten Kasselman is now 8th. John Astrup is second, 1.8 behind Martijn Mol. David Forsyth exiting pits. David Kelsall in Wellington Straight on lap 7 is 6th, 1.9 behind Rene Robertson. John Astrup in Magot's corner is P2 with 20 kilos, 2.0 behind ReneRmotorsport. David Kelsall is P6, 2.3 behind Rene Robertson. Rene Robertson was 23.6 faster last lap. Quinton Castleman in Beckett's corner on lap 7 is P8, 2.9 behind Hein van Niekerk. Hein van Niekerk was 9.8 faster last lap. Rene Robertson in club corner on lap 7 is 5th, 4.0 behind Brian Patterson. Rene Robertson was 2.5 faster last lap. ReneRmotorsport exiting pits. Rene Robertson passed John Astrup for third. John Astrup is P4. John Astrup exiting pits. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Neil Hancock exiting pits. John Astrup lost P4 to David Kelsall. ReneRmotorsport is third. John Astrup in Aintree corner is P5, 0.2 behind David Kelsall. ReneRmotorsport in Brooklands corner is P3, 0.4 behind Rene Robertson. Neil Hancock in Brooklands corner is P8, 0.5 behind John Astrup. Neil Hancock passed John Astrup for P7. John Astrup entering the pits is P1. ReneRmotorsport in Copse corner is 4th, 0.3 behind Rene Robertson. Rene Robertson in Beckett's corner is third, 0.3 ahead of ReneRmotorsport. ReneRmotorsport in Hanger Straight is P4, 0.2 behind Rene Robertson. ReneRmotorsport was 34.2 faster last lap. Rene Robertson in club corner is P3, 0.3 ahead of ReneRmotorsport. ReneRmotorsport was 34.2 faster last lap. ReneRmotorsport in International Pit Straight is P3, 0.1 behind Rene Robertson. Rene Robertson in the loop is P2, 0.4 ahead of ReneRmotorsport. Rene Robertson lost P2 to Martijn Mol. Martijn Mol from Netherlands in Brooklands corner is second, 0.1 ahead of Rene Robertson. Rene Robertson in Woodcote corner on lap 9 is third, 1.1 behind Martijn Mol. Brian Patterson is second, 0.2 behind Martijn Mol. Martijn Mol in Beckett's corner is P2. Best lap is a 2:40.673. Martijn Mol passed Brian Patterson for P1. Brian Patterson in Hanger Straight on lap 9 is P2, 0.1 ahead of Rene Robertson. Rene Robertson in Stowe corner is P3 battling Brian Patterson. Rene Robertson was 3.4 faster last lap. Rene Robertson passed Brian Patterson for P2. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Brian Patterson in club corner is P3, 0.4 behind Rene Robertson. Hein van Niekerk in Abbey is P5, 0.8 behind David Calsall. Neil Hancock in the loop is 7th, 1.0 behind Quinton Castleman. Hein van Niekerk in Luffield corner on lap 10 is 5th, 0.6 behind David Calsall. Neil Hancock in National Pit Straight is P7, 1.0 behind Quinton Castleman. Quinton Castleman in Beckett's corner is 6th, 0.5 ahead of Neil Hancock. Neil Hancock in Hanger Straight is P7. Best lap is a 2:42.697. 2.024 off the fastest lap. Quinton Castleman in club corner is 6th. Best lap is a 2:42.279. 1.606 off the fastest lap. Quinton Castleman lost P6 to Neil Hancock. Neil Hancock in Abbey is P6, 1.0 behind Hein van Niekerk. Quinten Kasselman in the loop is 7th. Neil Hancock in Wellington Straight is P6, 0.4 behind Hein van Niekerk. Neil Hancock was 3.3 faster last lap. Hein van Niekerk in Woodcote Corner is P6 battling Neil Hancock. Quinten Kasselman is P7, 1.0 behind Hein van Niekerk. David Kelsall in Chapel Corner is P4, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. Brian Patterson on lap 11 is P4, 0.1 behind David Kelsall. Brian Patterson passed David Kelsall for third. David Kelsall in Vale is P4, 0.2 behind Brian Patterson. Quinten Kasselman in Club Corner is P7, 0.5 behind Hein van Niekerk. Quinten Kasselman passed Hein van Niekerk for 6th. Hein van Niekerk in International Pit Straight is P7, 0.4 behind Quinten Kasselman. David Kelsall in the loop on lap 12 is P4, 0.5 behind Brian Patterson. Brian Patterson in Wellington Straight is 4th battling David Kelsall. Neil Hancock in Luffield Corner is 5th, 0.3 behind Brian Patterson. Neil Hancock passed Brian Patterson for 4th. Brian Patterson on lap 12 is 5th, 0.1 behind Neil Hancock. Neil Hancock in Beckett's Corner is P4, 0.9 behind David Kelsall. The leader has just finished the race. Martijn Mol finished P1. Rene Robertson finished second. David Kelsall finished third. Neil Hancock finished fourth. Quinton Castleman finished fifth. Brian Patterson finished sixth. Hein van Niekerk finished P7. David Forsyth finished 8th. Streaming from Italy is 11th.